What's up, y'all? We here with this BlankBoy video. Haven't made a B-boy video in like a minute. When Van Helsing put Dracula in a coffin after becoming a werewolf. To be honest, I don't even know what that is talking about. I know who Van Helsing is. I know who Dracula is. I swore those was the same people. But I've seen the old Dracula movie before and the old Van Helsing movie before. But man,
and it shows off the cleanest werewolf form I've ever seen, the black werewolf, ready to kill. You know, I'm a big fan of werewolves and vampires, that fantasy stuff. I love Teen Wolf. Shout out Void Styles, the GOAT. If you know, you know. I've seen Vampire Diaries, but none of them ever quite did werewolves the justice that Van Helsing did. So let's get to it. So the year is 1887 in Transylvania, and they're going to Dr. Frankenstein, trying to jump him.
Man! What did he do to make the is that mad?
Because he grave robbed in order to make that chopped monster. And I get the anger, that's messed up. I'm on the will and I did not consent to him giving that creature my grandpa's dick. We see Count Dracula show up and he's like, yeah man, appreciate you for making that monster, but I need him for my plan, bro. Did the doctor dirty. Dr. Frankenstein is obviously not okay with this. Look at the way he's massaging the ugly thing. Dudes be like, nah, my girl the baddest. Dracula starts pressing him, so Dr. Frankenstein calls out like, yo, Igor, help me. But he had no intention to go over there and help, bro. He just started yelling bad advice.
If niggas about to jump you, act like a bad bitch. Stop playing with me before I fuck around and pepper spray you. How you gonna jump a nigga and he a whole city girl?
Frankenstein whips out his sword and holds it to Dracula's heart, and he really isn't fazed at all. Couldn't be any less worried. So much so that he literally stabs himself through the heart just to flex that he can't be messed with. More disrespectful than Goku when he knows he's stronger than you.
Hey Daniel, I'm dying. What? To tell you, I'm having a heart attack. What? I need you to go to YouTube and look up how to do.
Bro, these ads are getting stupid. And so, bro, we need literally, we need ad blockers.
But while this is happening, Frankenstein's monster frees himself from the restraints, and when Dracula walks over, he's shook to see the monster's missing. And he's just standing over there thinking, I want to fight.
Oh, I seen this movie. I don't think I finished it, but I seen it. I think he jumped out the window to get away.
The monster! But before he could react, we see Frankenstein's monster lifting a lab beam and throwing it at Dracula into the fire. Frankenstein's monster then grabs his father and with the mob at the doorstep, dips out of there towards the hill. Nigga walking like the penguin, he not finna make it far. Especially when this man Igor has fully committed to switching sides. He screams out Frankenstein so that the mob could turn around and then dips out of frame like a damn cartoon character. Frankenstein's monster manages to make his way to a tower, mob behind him looking like a SpongeBob scene with them pitchforks and torches. Thing is, he went into a fully wooden building while they chasing him with torches.
Why would he
Clearly
do that?
In the grave robbing, Frankenstein gave him the brain of Peter Griffin cause this is dumb. He probably pronounced equivalent like Kevin Garnett and lackadaisical like Zion.
Here we go, kinda like naming NFL equivalent for each NBA player.
Kind of went into the game too, like lackadaisical.
Nigga Zion looked like he caught a hernia trying to say that shit. They then begin to bombard it with torches, getting in contact with the alcohol, causing a giant explosion. And at the same time that all of this madness is happening, Dracula comes out the fire, healing himself, showing that
they don't
despite
realize that a demon is literally right behind them.
him being a vampire, it seems that he is not weak to fire. This is unbelievable. More unbelievable than Rod Wave saying he finna hit the gym for her. Come on, nigga, you are not that in love. We then strictly with the use of shadows see Dracula transform into a monster, while Frankenstein's monster gets to the top of a fan tower. He's so ugly he got people in the crowd fainting at the sight of him. Same time Dracula and his 3 vampire brides start coming through. Remember, he needs Frankenstein's monster for his plan, and that's how they only refer to it as my big plan, never providing any details.
I'm going to restore my clan and destroy a certain someone.
Okay, mysterious ass nigga. They send the entire mob scrambling out of there as Frankenstein's monster goes falling down into the flames from on top of the tower, And when Dracula and his 3 wives arrive, they're in straight tears because now they can't fulfill their plan. 1 year later in Paris now, we see our main character Van Helsing as a wanted man, but only for 2 bands? What is he, a serial turnstile jumper? Motherfuckers be fake demons. He hears a woman screaming and arrives finding her dead, but looks over and sees a figure disappear to the churches, laughing. He goes inside of it, walking around, and is greeted by Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a man with split personas, half man, half beast. Turns out that the Wolverine in this bitch doing side quests as a monster hunter. And Mr. Hyde has 14 counts of murder to women, 4 to children, 2 counts of arson and kidnapping, as well as dealing in a controlled substance or listed chemical. His ass is getting hit with a RICO case. I peep bro lawyer too? Yeah, he catching life. Until Mr. Hyde decides he ain't going, smacking Van Helsing back and managing to make him miss all his shots, looking like Klay Thompson out there. He gets up and only to see Mr. Hyde swinging in towards him like an ape, so he whips out these spinning blades. No matter what the movie is, my boy is always just gonna be addicted to stabbing his opponents. Mr. Hyde runs in for a bear hug and gets sliced twice, catching CTE from a huge bell, leaving him in a lot of pain.
Copy my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Screaming out, holding his head and covering his ears like someone put on a Kai Cenat stream. Luckily for Mr. Hyde, he's able to snap to his senses and recalibrate fast enough to grab the bell and trap Van Helsing in it before he can stab him again. He's noticing that it's a little too quiet under there, so he lifts it up to see a hole in the floor. This Bugs Bunny ass method of escaping.
What's up, Doc?
It turns out though that Van Helsing was actually in the bell itself, cutting off Mr. Hyde's arm while he watches it disintegrate into Dr. Jekyll's arm. This is literally what happened to Dr. Connors, the lizard, once that antidote hit. I don't know who's uglier, man. At least they both look better than Chris Middleton. Mr. Hyde is for real upset now, running over to Van Helsing, grabbing him, spinning him, and throwing him through the roof. And I don't know why, but for some reason Mr. Hyde starts feeling himself, cause he starts acting like he just hit a WWE finishing move to the crowd. Hate to break it to you, man, but nobody out here rooting for you, Tubbs. Especially when you got your whole ass cheeks out. Come on, man.
Dude, put that thing away. They're like children here.
He then grabs Van Helsing and hovers him over a church on a 1,000-foot drop.
Gonna need to hunt for new knees after this fall.
But he made the silly mistake of not understanding who he was dealing with. This is supernatural folklore Batman, because he gets thrown off and while falling is able to shoot off his grappling gun through Mr. Hyde's stomach. But luckily he got that big strong penguin build. Some villains hunt people, some hunt money, but he wants to control all of Gotham's snacks. The grappler goes completely through him, but he's able to hold back against it, allowing for Van Helsing to swing himself to safety. But Mr. Hyde's still hitting that smooth criminal on the edge, and we see him realize he's in an extremely vulnerable position right now.
Pull this man off.
Oh no! Oh no!
But there's no amount of begging that can help him. Just like out here in NYC, homeless people be having their hands out for money and receiving a dap up. Good luck, my nigga. Cause Van Helsing starts pulling him, but he's just a little too heavy, reversing it, grabbing the cord and pulling it. Which naturally, as you'd expect, makes Van Helsing start go flying up. But I swear you can't even make this up. His dumbass is running without looking where he's going. He trips off the roof, falling into the church, and swings on the cord like Tarzan through the church stained glass. That's so crazy. And as if that wasn't bad luck or instant karma or whatever you want to call it enough, Van Helsing lands perfectly safe while Mr. Hyde turns into Dr. Jekyll at the absolute worst time possible. Bro down there looking like some soup, and Van Helsing hits us with the hardest wallpaper of all time.
Put the hat on.
Let's try woman. Short hair.
Bro, I'm not gonna cap. I need to invest in the ad blocker, bro. That is crazy.
Days later.
So Van Helsing is a monster hunter, and this guy right here is essentially his contractor, who tells Van Helsing that his job is from God to vanquish these monsters. Van Helsing asks him, why can't God do it for himself?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
His next assignment is Count Dracula in Transylvania, and for context, Van Helsing has already been cursed with losing his memory. Nigga clearly lost his Barbara phone number too. The Valerius family that defends Transylvania from vampires for centuries is cooked, because the father has gone missing and the kids Velkin and Anna may be next. He's gotta go help them. But Van Helsing stopped listening to everything bro said as soon as the daughter popped up on screen. He about to start licking the paper.
Yeah, that brother stopped.
So he gets his garlic, holy water, a dagger, and a cross, ready and heads out to hunt some vampires with Carl. We then transition to Transylvania with Velkin Valerius using himself as bait to catch a werewolf. The same type of tactic Doctor Strange used on Thanos to get his ass jumped. Hopefully this works out better though, because that resulted in
crazy too, because in that movie, it's really, bro, whatever that dude named Quill, Star-Lord, it's really his fault that not only his girl died, it's his fault billions of people died. It's his fault Groot died. Despite, bro, it's his fault. Dude got butthurt over, bro, this man really, that pissed me off. That really did piss me off. They really had him right there. Had him right there. Everything could have been restored. Now, he's with a girl that don't even like him. He's with a girl that don't even like him. I don't know about the new, I think they about to make a new Guardian of the Galaxy, but yeah, Gamora do not, bro, she don't like this man. She's never gonna like this man. Like, it's crazy.
My nigga getting his chain snatched and Tony getting pet. You're a good kid, Stark. The werewolf then jumps out at Vulcan, but he uses his upper body strength, flipping out the way. He grabs onto a rope and is dangling in the air, and whoever the werewolf is clearly must be a white guy, cause the hops just ain't it. Unfortunately though, the trap starts to malfunction. So Anna, seeing this, runs in there to help her brother, with the werewolf knowing this is a free meal on a platter. But these are professionals, so we shouldn't question their tactics. Would you question Elon Musk's dick riding skills? So the werewolf goes after her, but their plan worked, right like it was supposed to. But I'm gonna have to take back the credit I just gave them, cause the next move they do is so dumb. They cut the rope to make the pulley pull the trap up, but it's going straight towards Vulcan. His homies do not fuck with him. I'm crying.
I got fake people showing fake love.
Luckily though, he's able to jump into a tree, and man, they wasted absolutely no time. They all start unloading the clip into the werewolf, but unfortunately the rope isn't strong enough, so it rips. And while Anna is running for the silver bullet gun, her pathway is blocked. She just narrowly avoids death. But now, unlike R. Kelly, the werewolf is free. And just like R. Kelly, it's definitely an issue for everybody. So everyone dips out. And he specifically chooses to go for Anna. She must have curved his human form or something. Hit him with that, I want to, but I'm sorry, I can't give you my phone number. A whale actually swallowed my phone yesterday. These excuses getting crazier and crazier. Just say he looked like Jay-Z, bro. But ultimately, she's at the edge of the cliff and she's looking cooked. But Vulcan steps in and saves her, landing a silver bullet. She gets knocked down, and when she gets up, there's no sign of the werewolf or her brother anywhere. So with the dad missing, which isn't surprising, dads being dads, and now the brother dead, she's the only one left of her family to protect Transylvania. On some Avatar shit. Wonder if she gonna rock the Jada Pinkett like Aang too. So Van Helsing and Carl get to Transylvania and they get straight to work. Not even a day to settle in and check out the area. Oh shoot, they got an in and out in this bitch. Nothing. They instantly start getting pressed, and Anna enters like Patrick Star in the SpongeBob movie. He explains that they're here to help, and they not trying to hear it. She talking about, we don't need your help. Bro, look at your town. Why are you lying? Kowalski, you know how to fly this thing? Of course, sir. And the same exact time she's saying that, Dracula's 3 vampire brides start coming through and Van Helsing starts letting it fly. Unfortunately, he's chucking a brick.
They don't need our help, right? They do not need our help. I'm Canvas Cat. We're in the building in the back. We're gonna be watching this.
It's not landing a single hit on the vampires.
No. Oh my goodness, Valentine! Whoa, no! That is not the shot! No.
He must have been trained by Hawkeye's slow cousin, Pigeon Eye or something, cause this is bad work. Everyone's scrambling for their lives, and while he's still bricking, a vampire swoops over, knocking him and Anna to the ground. No matter the movie, Hugh Jackman always trying to be sexy all the damn time, even in the midst of a damn apocalypse. But unfortunately for them, their oddly timed romantic moment gets interrupted by the current threat, cause Anna gets snagged up into the air by a vampire, but luckily Van Helsing is able to grab onto her legs and pull her back down to safety. Madness is ensuing everywhere, and a bride goes for him just in time. He's able to dodge her, and damn bro, what the cow do? That's fucked up. So they then turn chasing after Anna while Van Helsing is spraying at them, as she avoids death. But unfortunately, bro right here don't even got a name in the script, so you know it was over for him. But luckily, at the most perfect time, the sun comes out and they all vanish. But just in case, they start checking around, going over to the well just as the sun starts coming out again, and a bride comes out, snagging Anna again for the second time, third attempt. And it's at this point they start celebrating, thinking they finally wiped the Valerius family off the map. But Anna goes into her boot and whips out a knife, slices one bride but gets passed off like an Instagram thought to the other. But Van Helsing hits that Paul George.
Ball game.
That's though.
George.
And finally, when he was needed the most, lands a shot on a vampire, forcing her to drop Anna on the roof. Same time though, another bride starts coming through, flying towards Van Helsing, which was a mistake because he turned her ass into Swiss cheese as she crashes into the building. He then starts checking the building out and she bursts back out, charging into him, knocking him down and his weapon out of his hands. Meanwhile, Anna is getting pressed by another bride one-on-one, getting smacked outside of the house onto the ground and runs away, but into a different building where she's already there waiting for her ass, and isn't alone this time. They double teaming like this is prime Kevin can't get a haircut. Catches her weak ass punch and then starts preparing her like supper, massaging her neck, ready to be bitten. I know bro right here from the comment section after I announced I'm doing this movie sick right now seeing Anna catch all this treatment from the brides.
It should have been me! It's not fair!
Same time the third vampire is out there tossing around Van Helsing like a ragdoll, so disrespectful with it. Cause she flies up laughing at his ass, just a true lover of the game.
Ain't the sun out?
Love the game. I love the hustle, man.
She then charges back in towards Van Helsing, who's running towards the holy water fountain to dip his gun in, and he manages to get there in time, up in the blicky right at her. And man, she should have done like how I do with those YNs.
Damn, bro, watch out, son. Damn.
What'd you say? Man, you heard what the fuck I said, but I got that bitch on me for what you want to do.
Nah, you got it. I'm good. Have a nice day.
Cause she stood absolutely no chance, getting sprayed down with holy water dipped arrows, getting thumbtacked to the building, and gets disintegrated down to a skull. The Game Boy CGI makes it even more disgusting to look at. And I guess they must all be connected in some sort of way, because at the same time the other two pressing Anna feel the pain, transforming and dipping out. And now you'd think they'd be appreciative of Van Helsing, but bro right here is all like, nah, you just killed a vampire. Before they would only take 1 or 2 people a month to eat. Now they're gonna kill us for revenge. You fucked it all up. We had a good thing going, bro. He sound like one of those niggas who never want to leave prison. Free meals? Don't gotta pay for rent? Sex anytime I want? Shit, I'ma earn myself life. But she interrupts and states he's the first to kill a vampire in 100 years.
Hey guys, welcome to my new video.
Not watching
and offers him a drink,
ads,
but they're still not teammates. She's determined to go out there and kill Dracula herself because it's her family's job and she's the only one left to do it. But he can't let her do that, so he hit her with some of Bill Cosby's secret stuff, knocking her out to save herself from herself.
Let's go home! Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen! Let's go home!
Meanwhile, Dracula is pissed.
Bill Cosby, Diddy, and Conor McGregor. That is crazy. That is
crazy. Let's go home!
Meanwhile, Dracula is pissed. How dare they kill one of my hoes? Buddy had 3 this is Kobe Bryant levels of ball hugging. He starts speaking about his scheme again, and they trying to tell him, please don't try to do that plan again. So he shouts at them, got them cowering in fear. He clearly got straight Chris Breezy tendencies. We also see that he's got a werewolf chained up back there, getting straight tortured, and you won't believe who it is. This nigga Igor is KD, done switch sides completely. So all of Dracula's army dips to Frankenstein's castle to do his plan. Anna eventually wakes up and starts walking around her home hearing noises, hiding behind the corner and jumps out to catch nothing, just a slightly open window. She closes the window but looks down and sees a bunch of wet footprints towards the other room. And looking at these, that can only be one person. I know it was you, fuck nigga, admit it. Something's clearly in here stalking her. She eventually starts moonwalking backwards until she's able to grab the blicky, and the cameraman really is in his bag right now because he catches the creature's POV stalking Anne. This is elite work. As she continues on.
Am I tripping or was she just, didn't she just get knocked out by Van Helsing himself? I don't really get that.
Water is dripping behind her, following her all throughout the house. And once she stops, the creature catches up, and it's a brown werewolf as she shoots at it. She smartly dips out of there, and as she's running, she bumps into Velkin. And I remember seeing this like, damn, the werewolf packed her up already? She in hell with her brother that fast? And yes, I said hell. Their family killed for a living. King Von got a better case than them. Velkin was about to tell her Dracula's plan, but gets stopped by the perks busting his ass. Dracula's plan really starting to piss me off. This shit is like the Krabby Patty's secret formula. He genuinely starts tweaking out as the full moon gets exposed from the clouds moving, and now there is no more Velkin. He's becoming a beast, a monster. a werewolf, as he terrifyingly climbs up the wall backwards while she just stands there crying. "Shorty, what are you doing? It's really time to go while you got the chance." He starts growling and growing fangs and starts ripping off his skin, saying, "Man, get this shit off me." That's the same thing Michael Jackson thought. And she didn't take her chance to run when she had it. And now, well, it's too late, because the transformation is complete. He's a werewolf now. Luckily for her, the same time she's just standing there staring, frozen in place, not doing anything, Van Helsing sprints in, and at the exact same time, he doesn't even get the chance because Vulcan dips out of there instantly. Van Helsing goes to the window for a snipe, but there's no use or no hope. He's already crossed the water and goes on his way into the wild somewhere. But Van Helsing goes after him and ends up running into the weirdo from earlier, who was hating OD. He says he's out here digging graves and for some reason tries to sneak Van Helsing, but turns into a real respectful young man when the metal is to his face. This is exactly what happened in On My Block.
This is our block, feel me? They call me Little Spooky, I'll blast on your ass.
Please, I don't care what side I'm on.
They call me Little Spooky. Wow. What movie is that or TV show so I can stay 100 feet away from that?
This is our block, feel me? They call me Little Spooky, I'll blast on your ass.
Please, I don't care what side I'm on.
But Van Helsing ducks, and at the most perfect time, Buddy over here ended up digging his own grave. One op is down, but job's not finished. The werewolf needs to be put down. All dogs don't go to heaven. This nigga is a demon. He starts snarling at Van Helsing and is about to be blicked, but gets saved by his sister, who can't seem to understand that her brother is gone now, bruh. There's nothing you can do for him now. And he ends up saying, "Oh shit, this nigga not playing," and dipping out of there. Van Helsing is tight about what just happened. He can't even pretend to try and contain his rage at the moment.
I woke up Chris Breezy.
She starts yapping about, "I can save him, face ass. I'll find a way. That's my brother. Don't you have any heart? Can't you forgive?" And he's not really trying to hear all that. She's chatting. But bro walks away and thought about it for 5 seconds and was like, "Hold on, if I help her, she might give me a chance." He said, "Alright, I'll help you. All that shit you said about fucking, I mean forgiving, I feel that for real, for real." And they track the werewolf to Frankenstein's castle. But we know Dracula, his brides, and minions are there already, as well as Vulcan, because the werewolf being tortured earlier was actually him. Dracula can control werewolves past midnight. Van Helsing and Anna sneak in this cartoony ass scene.
Interested in modeling and acting? Calling all kids and teens. Barbizon.
Bro. Jeez, bro.
They say they're using my brother in some sort of experiment.
How the fuck she understand them? Bro, I'm really crying.
I'm making a complete butt of myself.
They find a giant room full of thousands of saggy ball sacks. Turns out those are Dracula's offspring. And so Dracula is using her brother as a battery who's more likely to live because the werewolf DNA in him rather than a human. He gives his children the ability to live and releases his children out into the world. Dracula and his bride celebrating like they won Game 7. She all like, "Oh, look how cute my darling is." And so they go out to feast on the town together, which they go out and do. That deal of 1 human a month clearly off the table, bruh.
Lying! He's lying! He's lying! He's lying!
Meanwhile, in Van Helsing and Dracula's ISO, he stabs Dracula right through the heart thinking the job was over. But give my man an Oscar for real, cause he did all that fake ass screaming just to fuck with Van Helsing. Turns out he has no heart to stab through. That ain't gonna work. He not like these other sucker vampires. He then starts talking about how him and Van Helsing have known each other for 400 years. Him obviously having none of his memories is just like,
who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
He then tries to use a cross and Dracula grabs it just to show that nothing you have or want to try can work on me, and this is really insane. Can you imagine pulling up on Superman with kryptonite thinking you got him, and this nigga takes a bite of it, talk about, "This tasty." While this exchange is going on though, the kids that been alive for like 5 seconds start popping like balloons everywhere. And we see why they were so against him trying the plan again. They've now had to watch their kids die twice, and this is how I feel with Bruce Wayne's parents. Got the 2 brides in shambles as they dip back over to tell Dracula what's happened. But that gave Van Helsing all the time he needed to get up out of there. Dracula was a mismatch for him and he knows it. The key to bringing their kids out alive is Frankenstein's monster, but he's dead and he killed the doctor. So they've tried humans and now werewolves, but nothing's working. Especially cause this Dr. Doofenshmirtz ass nigga Igor don't know what he's doing. You are not Dr. Frankenstein. They hop on absolutely just in time to be able to avoid Velkin, who's just finished transforming. But Velkin wasn't gonna let it be that simple for them to escape, of course. So he hops on the court to try and catch up with them, but he ends up snapping it. Unfortunately for him though, they're still able to Tarzan swing to safety on the other side. And for Velkin, he receives the same treatment he got way earlier in the movie as a human. He goes plummeting hundreds of feet into the water for a shower. That was the scariest part of this movie for the Overwatch bros. Van Helsing and Anna have gotten away, but while posing for the hardest flick of all time, Dracula tells Velkin to go kill them. But they think shit is all sunshine and rainbows. Him giving her his hat all cute and them having a drink. My boy whipped out a bottle of unincredible Hulk piss. But to keep things short, they basically end up falling into a hole, and in that hole they discover Frankenstein's monster, who's actually still alive. And they fight for a second, but then they realize they're all the good guys here. But Frankenstein's monster being alive means that Dracula really could successfully do his plan if he finds him. So they try to transfer him in a horse-drawn carriage, but the two brides end up finding them, and the two of them are able to do enough to get the carriage to fall off a broken bridge. So they try to save it, thinking Frankenstein's monster's in there, but it was a trap. Ain't nothing in there, shit more empty than Pretty Boy Fredo's channel in 2024. And it actually has been rigged with a bomb that ends up hitting the ground and going off everywhere, turning another bride into Swiss cheese, killing her, meaning there's only one left now. Turns out there was a second carriage, but that one gets hunted down by Velkin, and somehow his charging at them and landing has resulted into a fire on the roof of the car. I don't really understand how that happened. With Frankenstein's strong ass help, they're able to get thrown back on top.
Ain't bro. Frankenstein he's strong, bro. I don't know why they just acting like he's just a dead weight that they just got to carry around.
The carriage instead of holding on to the sides for dear life. Clearly Dr. Frankenstein dug up the grave of Wilt Chamberlain for the strength of this monster. He broke a player's toe with a slam dunk, used to lift up cars for them to get tire changes. He broke a player's toe.
How does that even happen? He broke a player's toe with a slam dunk. How does that even happen?
Dr. Frankenstein dug up the grave of Wilt Chamberlain for the strength of this monster. He broke a player's toe with a slam dunk, used to lift up cars for them to get tire changes, killed a mountain lion with his bare hands. This nigga Wilt Chamberlain up there with Bigfoot and a good Venom movie for top 5 shits that never happened. But Velkin is still very much on that ass, climbing to the top of the car but getting stopped by the fire.
That's how he died.
But that wasn't ever gonna be completely enough, so everyone decides to jump off. But of course, this is Hugh Jackman in an action movie, so he was never just gonna jump off all simple like. He spins around with his akimbo silver bullets and lets them fly at Velkin as he dives towards him. Eventually time passes and Anna finds Velkin, who is indeed dead now from Van Helsing, who she gets tied at, but it turns out that he got bit by Velkin in the exchange. So he just murdered her brother and now he's a werewolf. It got her backing up like Rowley Jefferson.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
She's over here not paying attention, being all scared and shook about what just happened. Meanwhile, the bride smacks Anna right upside her head and is able to dip out with her before Van Helsing or anyone could do.
Bro, take her. She is so weird. I'm telling you, she is so weird. Take her. Take her. We gotta
over
see
here
that
not
again.
paying attention, being all scared and shook about what just happened. Meanwhile, the bride smacks Anna right upside her head and is able to dip out with her before Van Helsing or anyone could do anything to stop her. Dracula made that call to make sure the plan was complete.
Bitch, where you at? I'm out here getting your money.
So Van Helsing, Carl, and Frankenstein's monster are walking to town when the last bride pulls up on them and says that Dracula is offering a trade. Frankenstein's monster for the girl, and Van Helsing's like,
Oh, say less.
No.
Pi isn't just an ad blocker, it gets you paid.
Oh, really? With Pi, you can see the ads vanish in real time.
Frankenstein's monster turned to him like, damn nigga, you ain't even have to think about it for real. They agreed to meet in a public place at the masquerade ball later. So to skip over a bit, it's the night of the masquerade ball and Dracula's in there dancing with Anna, who's currently under his control, forcing her to give him a kiss.
I had to register as a sex offender.
Dracula's gonna make her one of his brides, but just in the nick of time, Carl gets him set on fire. And while he's screaming and writhing in pain, Hugh Jackman became a whole different Marvel hero, turning into Spider-Man, swinging in to save her from him. So they escape, and Van Helsing wasn't actually gonna give Frankenstein's monster to them, but they found him anyways. And they're running out of time because he's becoming a rabid animal, just like me when I see a picture of my girlfriend. So to sum it up, heading into the final battle, they find Frankenstein's monster, and he tells them that there's a cure to the werewolf DNA.
Man, this is some bullshit. Boo this man.
So Anna and Carl find it, but they get interrupted by the last bride managing to melt her face off. Dracula not finna mess with her no more after she looked like fucking Clayface. Between Carl, Anna, and Frankenstein's monster, who Van Helsing was able to free, they're able to stop her, and now Dracula is completely holeless. Deku can relate. Come on, dog. 6 seasons and you couldn't get the girl? Just go gay, bro. But Count Dracula is still alive, and he pulls up on Van Helsing so they can run their ISO for the final showdown. And just in time, the clock hits 12 o'clock and it's time for Van Helsing to peek out. And he does, on his knees screaming like a rock star. Some shit Kevin Gates would do while not having a single song to be doing all this, performing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and shows off the cleanest werewolf form I've ever seen, the black werewolf ready to kill. And it's in this exact moment Dracula starts
Has all the other werewolves not been black? But
laughing mad hard, cheesing seeing the transformation. Bro starts telling Van Helsing how they should team up. He could give him his memories back for real, but I don't even think he could understand what Dracula's saying right now. More confused than Floyd Mayweather with anything other than a picture book. It's clear that Van Helsing isn't really trying to team up, so Dracula gets prepared to fight, go in ugly mode.
Let's get ready to rumble! No interruption.
Van Helsing jumps in first, grabbing and throwing him against lab equipment, but he gets hit with a 3-piece combo. The only reason this shit is happening is because Van Helsing has to fight with his eyes closed, or he'll turn into stone from the chopness. Dracula then gets tackled but flies Van Helsing to the other side of the lab, crashing, landing, and throwing him onto the ground. And it doesn't get any better for my goat. He just keeps getting more and more exposed. He gets thrown again, kicked in the face, and then for whatever reason decides to try and take off. I don't understand why. You up 50 points in the game right now. Who would ever forfeit in that position?
I touched the ball before it went out, coach.
Van Helsing grabs him by the legs and pulls him down as they crash land and an explosion ensues through the lab. Dracula starts yapping again, and Van Helsing is not trying to hear all that, so he starts charging after Dracula again, missing but is able to get his leg. And he continues to fly away, forcing Van Helsing to let go of his leg. And there's really no commentary I could give here. Van Helsing is just giving him the beating of a lifetime. Finally, this man Dracula starts to fight back, but honestly, it didn't last very long at all. Cause his wings getting ripped, bangs him against the wall, getting grabbed and slammed, grabbed again and banged again. He realized fighting back might not be the method, so Dracula goes back to all reliable, dipping out. But Van Helsing isn't letting him, tackling him to the ground again, and he gets up, checking behind him. But hold on, goddamn nigga, that cut is atrocious. This movie went a completely different route than Twilight. They had that nigga Robert Pattinson literally with skin of diamonds shining. Nah, the director was low-key dick riding crazy.
Fuck you!
Dracula goes for the top railing and literally zaps himself like a dumbass, while Van Helsing is good to go. It's clear that this fight is only gonna go one way. Buddy on the ground talking about, chill, don't let me die, I got ray gun. It's made worse when Van Helsing just starts letting his nuts hang. He's standing there looking all menacing, whips out his claws and scratches it. It's so badass, man.
That's over 9,000! 9,000!
Van Helsing then climbs up and lands right in front of Dracula as he begins to beg for a truce again, pretending like it wasn't just beef, acting like niggas found first in hide and seek. Now all of a sudden y'all wasn't even playing. Noticing Talk No Jutsu not finna work, Dracula transforms back trying to fly away but gets pulled back, weave, and starts getting choked out. It's looking like it's over for Dracula at this point, but some of the plot armor needed to be sprinkled in real quick to keep it going, cause while he's getting choked out, about to be finished, Van Helsing de-transforms at the worst time. But that ain't no problem. Wolverine versus Dracula, you can still take him. Now if it's The Greatest Showman, GG's gonna have to try and salsa dance that nigga to death. But he doesn't even try to see if he can. He just gets up out of there ASAP no Rocky. The clouds have covered the moon and it got Dracula cheesing his 3 brides in hell like, let that nigga know! Dracula starts explaining how he made a deal with the devil to become the first vampire and tells Van Helsing his name is Gabriel. Who? He's the Archangel Gabriel, the left hand of God, and they fought before. But it doesn't matter, because all that yapping changed nothing. God And they fought before. But it doesn't matter because all that yapping changed nothing. The full moon is back out and Van Helsing transforms back with Dracula but lands a fatal bite to his neck. And man, this might be the roughest death to look at in the entire movie. He's really just so disgusting. The way the black blood starts to leak from his body as he begins to disintegrate exponentially to the point where he just ceased to exist. And this is when Anna arrives with the werewolf cure. But while it seems he's distracted, she starts running in to hit him with it, but he grabs her, tackling her onto a chair. But at the exact same time she did that, they must have coordinated it together or something, because Carl also pulls up and starts charging at Van Helsing with a stake in his hand to try to stab him in the back, which, as you'd imagine, of course, does not work. This is not a man designed to be in the field. He's way out of his element right now. Van Helsing stops him before he could get the chance, but when they both look down, she successfully hit him with the werewolf antidote. The bad guy has been vanquished, and my boy doesn't have to be cursed being a werewolf any longer. But after he takes it out, we see that Anna is dead. The love of his life, dead by his own hands. That's so rough. He looks so sad, man. It's really heartbreaking. I just want to pet him, tell him, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" It wasn't your fault. You had no control, as he cries out in pain, holding her.
That's tough. I'm not lying. That's a tough ending. Of course she's gonna die. I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, I really don't care that she died. I really don't care that she died. She was annoying. I can't even care. Can't even care, bro. Amazing video about our boy BlankBoy. Dang, I haven't did a BlankBoy video since Halloween. But hey, man, that's it for this video, man. The ads are crazy. The ads are crazy. Ads been crazy. But without further ado, man, peace, man. See y'all boys later, man. Y'all be good, man.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.